next guest is a fisherwoman, a conservationist, and a proud member of the Yurok tribe of Northern California. She is also an attorney who helped negotiate the largest river restoration project in history. For over 100 years, the Yurok and the other indigenous peoples fought to remove dams along the Klamath River, which devastated the ecosystem, particularly the salmon population. Today, the dams are gone, the river is flowing, and salmon have returned to parts of the river, get this, for the first time in a century. Last year, Time Magazine named her one of their Time 100 for climate, and the United Nations named her a champion of the Earth Laureate, which is their highest environmental honor. To me, that just makes her a rad human, for sure. Please, everybody, welcome Amy Bowers Cordalis. Come on! It's an honor to meet you. Like, what a beautiful life and legacy you're leaving behind, and you're so young to do that as well. So this was a generational fight, right?
Yes. Yeah. The Klamath River is the lifeblood of our people, and salmon are really the life force of our people. Everything that we do in some way revolves around fishing and being on the river. And so since colonization, sadly, the river's been just getting sicker and sicker. There were dams built, 4 in the middle of the river, that blocked salmon passage. There's an agricultural project at the top of the river that made it polluted and pulled water from the river. And so we've been fighting ever since just to be able to fish and be on the river and keep it healthy.
Yeah, and to restore it. So this fight included members of your own family.
It did, for generations,
That's a generational fight, that's crazy.
Yeah. It all started...
Don't mess with your family.
Do not mess with my family.
They're not gonna let it go.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what else, don't mess with our fish.
No, but that's incredible to say that. It seems so simple to say that, but in a century, like that, how sad is that, first of all, but how glorious is it now?
And you know, all we ever wanted to do was go fishing. You know, where our people have fished since the beginning of time. And I think every human wants that.
Sustain a healthy living environment.
Yeah, exactly. Our reservation was created in 1855. We were never relocated, and it's along the lower Klamath River. And then in 1933, the state of California basically banned Yuroks from fishing. And my uncle, Raymond Matz, got arrested 19 times by the state of California just for fishing.
Wow.
And in 1973, his Supreme Court case reaffirmed that the river was essentially still Indian country. And you would have thought that would have been the end of it. But then, after that, the federal government came in and banned all Yurok people from fishing again, and only Yurok people. And so that started what we call the Salmon Wars. And many members of my family, including my grandma and my great-grandma, went out and would do fish protests, where they would go out in little wooden boats and put their gill nets in the water. And federal marshals who were sent to enforce the moratorium would come out in big jet boats, full riot gear, huge guns, and basically try to pull the nets from...
Because they needed all of that with this little woman in a net. Like, that's insane.
I come from small people, right? Like, we're teeny people.
I'm just like, that's a little overkill.
It was way overkill. And so they were arrested, they were beaten, it was awful, but we kept fighting. And I'm really happy today, you know, to share that I grew up fishing because of that fight, and the work that I do in a large part is because of my ancestors. And
what a powerful family.
Oh, that's what I think so.
Yeah. That's so amazing. It's incredible. How did this become your fight? What happened that you wanted to take it on?
September 2002, the largest fish kill in history occurred on my river. 70,000 adult salmon died on the river, and it was a man-made catastrophe. There was water diverted, and it made the water on the river the lowest it had ever been in history, and it killed the salmon. And I remember this moment where I felt like my great-grandma, who had passed by then, really moved through me and was like, "It's your turn. You know, it's your turn to fight." And then my next thought was, I'm gonna go to law school and try to work to prevent this from ever happening again.
What did it take, though, to get the dams removed? This wasn't like you went to law school and then it just happened. You had to work for that.
Yeah, well, and it wasn't just me that was, you know, motivated by the fish kill. It was the indigenous peoples along the Klamath Basin. It was NGOs. It was state and federal officials. And we launched a movement to undam the Klamath River. And it really started with with the indigenous peoples on the river, really just saying enough is enough. And then we created allies. We worked with state and federal partners. We changed laws. We launched a myriad of lawsuits. We went through a Federal Energy Regulatory Commission proceeding. And really what it all came down to was we used the tribal rights. The tribal rights. So my uncle's Supreme Court case.
Helping out, yeah.
It helped tremendously because essentially those rights had to be protected, and the only way to protect them was by removing the dams. And so then there was this whole economic analysis done through the legal proceedings, and it showed that removing the dams was cheaper than installing fish ladders to comply with the tribal rights. And so then all of a sudden, Warren Buffett's companies who own the dams wanted to have a conversation. And so we negotiated a $500 million settlement agreement to remove the dams.
Wow. For generations, the Yurok and other indigenous peoples fought to remove dams along the Klamath River in Northern California. Today, the dams are gone, and this summer, a group of indigenous teens became the first to kayak the length of the newly reopened Klamath. Beautiful picture. One of them is Amy's 17-year-old niece. Please welcome Keeya, everybody. First of all, you look stunning. I love this dress. Who did you say made it?
Thank you. Bethany Yellowtail.
Bethany Yellowtail. I'm like, great job. Well done, Bethany. It's beautiful.
Indeed.
So what were your memories of growing up by the river?
Yeah, so I grew up by the Klamath River my entire life. And then when I was younger, I kind of always had this awareness that the Klamath River is sick and that our traditional foods are a luxury. And you know, my auntie and my grandma told me stories about how when they were younger, the Klamath River provided an abundance of food and joy, and that just wasn't my reality. And 2 years ago, I've got involved with the organization Rios to Rivers, which created the program Paddle Troubled Waters, which taught a group of indigenous kids from up and down the Klamath River Basin how to kayak. And in that time, the dams have come down, and I've reinstigated my relationship to the river.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, yeah.
What was it like, the journey? We were talking about it in the break, but I was like, girl, you had to be tired. Yeah. That's a lot of miles.
It was insane. It was 30 days, 310 miles. I was tired during the entire thing, honestly, but it was so much fun. I mean, there's one section of the river called Kikacheki Canyon, and for over 100 years, there was no water running through that canyon, and it's a sacred site for the Shasta peoples. And then I paddled it, and there's like life, and there's like a breath of fresh air, and it's so beautiful.
Oh, that had to be like spiritual on a different level.
Absolutely, it was so cool. And then my favorite part was when I got to the mouth, which is where our family comes from, the mouth of the Klamath River, Requoy. And, you know, I was with all my friends, all next to me, and my family was at the beach, and there was men singing our traditional songs, you know, greeting us, and literally none of it mattered. We all got to the beach, we got out of our boats, and we just ran to the ocean, and we were just screaming and crying and jumping, and we were just like, oh my God, we did it! That's all we could say. We did it, we did it.
And it took generations to have that moment happen. So the weight of that probably hit you. I'm sure there are many tears.
Absolutely.
You say everyone connects with this story. Everyone can connect, even if it's not the specific one, but you can connect in a way, right?
Yeah, it's about hope, and it's about working together as humans to have a role in the natural environment and to help heal it. We failed so many times, and it only took one yes to get us to dam removal.
Yeah, that hope, that belief. But there is a song, I wanted to point this out, because there's a song that's part of your journey, right?
That is, yeah. And it's a song that has been passed down through the generations of my family. I call it great-grandma's song, great-grandma Geneva's song, and I write about it in my book, The Water Remembers.
You know I'm not going to have you on the show without like hearing a little bit of that song, right? Like, I really want to hear some.
Okay, yes. So if everyone gets in the vibe with me, like, we'll make this strong. So I was going to hold hands. And do you mind holding us for hands? Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Everybody ready?
I don't know the song,
Okay,
but
no,
okay.
oh,
I was like watermelon, cantaloupe. I was like, but I'll hold hands.
Okay, thank you.
Sending
okay,
vibes.
you guys ready?
Okay.
Hey, away, go. Hey, away, go. Ninny-I, ninny-I, hey, 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 away, go. Hey, away, go. Ninny-I, ninny-I, hey. Keeya.
And by the way, your vibrato is gorgeous. I was listening the whole time. I was like, okay, vibrato. I was like, it was so beautiful. Sorry to get technical and like we're on The Voice, but whatever. You can read Amy's family story along with the fight to restore the Klamath River in her new book. It's called The Water Remembers: My Indigenous Family's Fight to Save a River and a Way of Life. Look, to both of you, finally, our friends at TextNow are on a mission to make phone service free, easy, and accessible to everyone, and they're inspired by the work that Amy's done restoring the Klamath River for future generations. So they're donating $5,000 to Ridges to Ripples Indigenous Conservation Group. I will, if you teach me, I'll do something with you on it. That was beautiful, man.
Oh my God, I would love that.
Yes, I'd love to be a part of something that's so moving like that, and
Yes.
it means something.
Yes.
Yeah, oh
Okay.
man.